So this morning I got all my stuff packed up from my campsite and headed out. It just took me about an hour to get back to the to my car from where I camped out. So I went back to the ranger station. I brushed my teeth and all that there. Easier than doing it on the trail. And now I'm headed into Ely, Minnesota, which is right where the ranger station is. I have a bunch of time to kill before I go to my AirBnB for the night. So I'm going to try and find a diner, hang out here a little bit, just explore, and then hit the road again. So now I'm headed out of Ely, Minnesota. I was saying Eli before, but it's actually Ely. A really cool little small town on the edge of the Boundary Waters. It got started as an iron ore mining town. Actually, before that, there was a gold rush in the mountain range right around here, and Ely kind of grew up, and then they found iron ore as well, and that kind of became the main trade for a while. And now it's mostly a tourist town for people going up to the Boundary Waters, but it kind of retains that rustic feel. It's got some really cool shops in the area. I went to get a little brunch at Britain's Cafe. And then, which was super cool, they had a bunch of paintings on the wall that were all done by the owner. And then I headed out and just walked around town for a little bit. Stopped in this clothing shop that made all their clothes in-house. Sewed it, knitted it, all that in-house. And then went to and stopped by this folk school, the Ely Folk School. Talked to a lady there. They do all the kind of like handmade crafts, and the instructor for it is this guy who lives totally off the grid, no running water, no electricity, whack existence, and he comes and teaches like twice a week these different trades. And they're building a canoe right now, and they built one before. It takes like several summers to do it, and they using like nothing bought. It's all from the forest, and so like they don't buy nails, they don't buy glue, they don't buy twine, they don't buy anything like that. It's totally handmade from the forest. I went to the Northwoods coffee shop. I also went to a candy store that had its candy all lined up according to the year it came out, and it had accompanying that like section of candy that had a picture of the main street in Ely, Sheridan Street, during that time. So all the way from the 1800s up until like I think it ended with the 40s. Interestingly, there's actually just some action from the Trump administration regarding mining around the Boundary Waters, or at least mineral leasing. So at the end of the Obama administration, they had put a general ban on any kind of mining or mining exploration around or in the Boundary Waters watershed, which is the area in Ely, Minnesota, and all around there. And the Trump administration has taken steps to reverse that, and so there's kind of a debate within the town and the community about whether or not that's something they want. The Obama administration had said that allowing mining there would result in probably the perpetual treatment of water discharge from the mines. It can put certain ecosystems at risk. And the Trump administration, as I understand it, is basically saying that the risk is low and that they could create jobs without hurting the ecosystems. The Trump administration had also canceled an ongoing environmental study by I think the Department of Agriculture on the impacts of reopening mining. The Trump administration had canceled the study, I guess because it wasn't revealing any new information, but it's not exactly clear where the science is on what would happen if the mines were reopened. The Trump administration has previously opened up renewed two mineral leases in the area, like around Superior National Forest, other than that specifically in around Ely or in the Boundary Waters watershed. So now I'm headed down towards Hibbing, Minnesota, which is just another little small town up here in northern Minnesota, and It's actually the town where Bob Dylan grew up. He was born in Duluth, Minnesota, lived there until he was about 6, and then moved out to Hibbing. I'm now heading out of Hibbing, Minnesota. Not much to say about it. Also an old iron mining town, just like Ely, but has less vibrance, I think, because it doesn't have the tourism of the Boundary Waters now quite as much. Anyway, I hung out there for a little bit, and now I'm headed towards Grand Rapids, which I think I'll stop by in for just a short time, and then head on to my AirBnB, which is a few minutes outside of Grand Rapids.